Hi, welcome to Main Street Macro. I'm Neela Richardson. Anyone who's ever hired an employee knows that it's not easy to find the right person for the job. And if you've been on the other side of the interview table, you also know that finding the right job can also be challenging, even in a good economy. This match process between the job candidate and the hiring manager has changed a lot over the last 4 years due to the increase in remote work arrangements. As part of our research on remote work, we uncover three ways that new hiring practices are shifting the geography of work. One, large cities tend to have higher leadership ratios than smaller ones. In previous analysis, we showed that the prevalence of direct reports working in different areas of the country from their managers has skyrocketed since early 2020. In this study, we turn our attention to the proliferation of new employment connections between America's cities. Diving deep into ADP HR data, we find that large, expensive cities have a higher concentration of managers and people in leadership roles than smaller, more affordable ones. Now, that's not entirely surprising. Large cities allow decision makers to benefit from in person interaction and networks. Headquarters, elite universities, research facilities, think tanks, clients, regulators, and even competitors, and definitely the media are all disproportionately located in large cities. Video conferencing and even frequent visits to a leadership hub are a poor substitute for being there and living there. The second finding is that remote work has led expensive cities to become increasingly management heavy. The increasing ease with which workers can collaborate from distant places has shifted low paying work to more affordable places and concentrated leadership jobs in more expensive ones. Now, that sorting began well before the pandemic, but it's been enabled by technology and propelled by that yawning gap in housing costs between America's priciest cities and its more affordable ones. And that leads us to number three. The proliferation of remote work has also boosted employment interconnectivity between US cities. These findings mean that the share of employment relationships that cross metro lines is exploding. In almost every city, a growing share of workers are reporting to managers located elsewhere, and managers in almost every city are responsible for workers who are located elsewhere in greater numbers. The upshot is that in many instances, employers no longer need to tie a job to a single place. A labor pool is now unbounded by location, and it offers the potential to lower labor costs while improving the fit between employers and candidates. But there are other important implications as well. To read all about remote work and how it's changing the geography of hiring, please check out the Data Lab at adpri.org.